What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we have the Twinstar 900S Light 3 and we're going to do a light showdown going up against the Twinstar 900S Light 2. Now before we get into the whole light showdown, what I like to do is do a quick unboxing of the new product, which is the Twinstar 900S Light 3. A quick overview of what is different from the previous generation to this generation, and then of course we'll turn it on, throw it on tank. I'll probably let it run for a couple of weeks, see how the growth is, and we'll go from there. All right, with no further ado, let's get to unboxing. And so some things never change, and this is the warranty card, which is literally just a piece of paper. They didn't even cut it straight. It's not even, they didn't even cut it straight. You see that? Kobe! All right, right off the bat, Twinstar is legit a no frills type of light. So right out the box you have the light. Again, I went with the metal stand, therefore this is called the 900SM, and M stands for metal, P stands for pendant, and A stands for adjustable. And we have the power brick and the rest of the cables. Now let's take a look at the actual light itself. Right off the bat, you notice there is a difference in terms of design for this light. Originally, they only had grooves on the side of the light. Now they put a whole bunch of grills on the top of the light to help dissipate, the heat, since this is a much more powerful light than the previous. The legs, I'm pretty sure it's the same legs, it feels the same. There's a good weight to this versus the original one. It's way heavier. We'll weigh it in a second and see what's up, but got the little logo right there. Let's flip this on and see what we're dealing with. Twinstar doesn't use WRGBs, which is what Chihiros use, where there's all types of color that makes one white LED. Twinstars like to use separate LEDs. They like to use separate whites, red, greens, and blues. Before we turn it on, let's protect our eyes. Woo! One thing I do notice, these LEDs are, I feel like, is way smaller than the other Twinstar. And the total amount of light has definitely changed as well. All right, I'm not sure if you guys can see this, you probably can't, but there is a significant difference between the two types of lights and the LEDs. I should turn this off. Woo! Oh, almost burned my eyeballs off. In the older Twinstar 900S, the LEDs are softer, it feels almost, versus the new model. I feel it has to do with this acrylic is way more matted in the older model versus the new one. Older model of the Twinstar, as you can see side by side, is very similar. There's grooves on both sides. Now the top is where majority of the difference is. Way more grooves on the Light 3 versus Light 2. The legs is the same material, just in different color. This is more gunmetal, this is more matte gray-ish. Also on the flip side, you get grooves here as well for the Light 3. The plastic cover is way lighter than this, the older model. So probably a light punches through a lot better versus the older model. Now in terms of lumens, the Light 2 has 5,170 lumens. The Light 3 bumps it up a little bit to 5,250. In terms of color temperature, the Light 2 is at 7,050K and Light 3 is at 6,500K. Now in terms of power, the older Twinstar Light 2 is at 65 watts. The newer Twinstar Light 3 is at 84 watts. The amount of LEDs of each color is different too. To save you guys the pain, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually count the total amount of LEDs for each color between the Light 2 and the Light 3. So for the LEDs, this is basically what they did. They decreased the whites, kept reds the same, increased the greens, and decreased the blues. So I'm wondering what this will look like. Now it's time to bust out the trusty ruler. So we're 2 hashes over 4.5, and the new light is 4 1/4. So The Light 3 is actually less coverage than the older model. And now lengthwise, it is for 900S, it's pretty even. The Light 2 is bigger by a smidget. Now this is the Twinstar Light 3 at 5 pounds, 1.6 ounces. Here's the Twinstar Light 2, 3 pound, 13.4 ounces. That's a huge difference. One thing I definitely have to mention, you see that? So this tank right here, like I mentioned before, it is not a traditional 90p. It is 38 gallons. So the glass on this is 8 millimeters versus 10 millimeters. With the old Twinstar, it's a little bit longer than the Light 3. This wasn't really an issue, but now I feel like I gotta be careful with this one. It's hanging, I wouldn't say by a thread, but it's hanging on there. So that's something to be careful about. But as of right now, I could tell right off the bat, since they put a lot more greens, this has a lot more natural tone to it. So for the rest of the video, we're going to talk about a few things. How the light looks in the tank, how it grows plants, and finally we're going to go over, do you really need a Twinstar Light 3? Now, when you look into the tank, this is where the main difference comes, at least for me, right? Now for the Twinstar Light 2, it has, I think, 232 LEDs, which is the same amount of LEDs that the Twinstar Light 3 have. For the Twinstar Light 3, what they did was bumped up dramatically the amount of green LEDs. And what that does is it actually gives you a way more natural look for everything that's within a tank. I will actually call the Twinstar Light 3 an extremely naturescape friendly light. What they actually did is created something that looks a lot more natural inside of the tank. The reds still pop, but the greens are popping even more. The greens look like the lush mountain fields up in the Swiss Alps. I have to admit, originally I was doubting how this light would perform just because they increased a whole bunch of greens. After you use it for a month, I mean, look at this. I actually plucked out a whole bunch of plants too, and it's growing back stronger than ever. Now, in terms of plant growth, the Twinstar Light 2 versus the Light 3, even though the Light 3 is more power at 84 watts, I would say it's neck to neck. I would say it's really neck to neck. You know, like I would say that's pretty much equal to each other in terms of how the plants grow. What I do notice is the Pitidiphyta at the very top has a bit more reddish color versus the Twinstar Light 2, but that's negligible. Now finally comes down to, do you really need a Twinstar Light 3? I would put it in a few buckets. For instance, if you don't have a Twinstar and you're looking to get a Twinstar, definitely get a Twinstar Light 3. But if you do have a Twinstar Light 2 and you actually like the Light 2, but you hate the color it renders inside of the tank, then get the Twinstar Light 3, because I think you'll love the rendering of the color. Now, if you actually like the Twinstar Light 2, love how it grows plants, and you don't mind the look it gives inside of the tank, I don't think you need a Twinstar Light 3. And one more thing, so this is the Light 3. Let me show you guys something. I'm not sure why it does that. It could be just this unit that I have, but as you can see, some lights go out slower than the other. That is all for this video. Now, the next light battle, I'm actually looking to pit the Twinstar Light 3 against the Chihiro WRGB-2 Slim version. I'm excited about the WRGB-2 Slim, man. It has extendable metal legs. That's something that Twinstar, you guys should look into as well. That's it for me. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button if you like this video, share with a friend, subscribe, and comment below. Let me know what you think.